Most people believe that traveling after retirement is the reward for a lifetime of hard work. And in many ways, that's true. But what happens when age quietly changes the rules? What if the journey you planned could actually bring more harm than good? The truth is, after 70, your body, mind, and circumstances begin to shift in ways that no one talks about. Not even in travel guides or glossy brochures. That's why today, we're diving deep into 7 powerful and often overlooked reasons why seniors over 70 should pause and think twice before booking that next trip. This isn't to scare you, it's to empower you. So stay with us through the end. And if even one of these stories or insights resonates with your life, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your perspective. 1. The risk of medical emergencies increases sharply. Let's begin with a story. At 74, William had always dreamed of visiting Alaska, the icy mountains, the northern lights. It had been on his bucket list for decades. He finally booked the trip with his wife, Janet. Everything went smoothly until their third night. William felt short of breath, dizzy, and confused. By morning, he was in an emergency room hundreds of miles from the nearest major hospital. Turns out he had developed high-altitude pulmonary edema, a condition that affects seniors more severely, especially those with undiagnosed heart issues. After 70, your body doesn't recover the way it used to. Even minor conditions can quickly become serious in unfamiliar environments. Medication schedules get disrupted, access to your regular doctor disappears, and local hospitals may not have your full medical history. Doctors have seen it too often. Seniors who skip routine checkups before traveling and find themselves facing stroke, dehydration, heart problems, or even infections far from home. And it's not just about health emergencies. Insurance policies for seniors often don't cover pre-existing conditions overseas. That means the trip you thought would cost $3,000 could suddenly cost you $30,000 in medical bills. Before any travel, seniors over 70 need a thorough medical clearance, not just a casual checkup. If you're already managing heart issues, diabetes, or balance problems, think twice. Traveling can push your body in ways you're not ready for. 2. Increased risk of blood, clots, and circulatory issues. Many people don't realize that long flights, bus rides, or even car journeys can become dangerous for seniors. One of the biggest silent risks is deep vein thrombosis, DVT, a condition where blood clots form in the legs and can travel to the lungs, causing a pulmonary embolism. Joanne, age 78, had flown to Paris for her granddaughter's wedding. The 8-hour flight was uncomfortable, and she found herself sitting for too long without much movement. 2 days later, she collapsed at a cafe. Doctors found a clot that had formed during her flight. What most people forget is that after 70, blood flow slows, veins become less elastic, and sitting for long stretches becomes dangerous. Add dehydration, cabin pressure, and limited legroom, and the odds increase. Even healthy seniors are at risk. Compression socks, hydration, and moving every hour can help, but they aren't always enough. Seniors with varicose veins, prior surgeries, or a sedentary lifestyle face higher chances. Travel doesn't wait for your body to adjust. That's why caution, preparation, and sometimes even skipping the trip entirely is the safest decision. 3. Emotional stress and cognitive overload. Travel isn't just a physical challenge. It's an emotional and mental one. Airports are chaotic. Language barriers confuse. Time zones disrupt sleep. And for seniors, especially those experiencing early cognitive decline or memory issues, this confusion can quickly lead to distress. Take George, 81, who visited Tokyo with his nephew. On the second day, George wandered off while his nephew was getting train tickets. He couldn't remember the hotel name. The language barrier made it worse. It took 6 hours and the help of police to reunite them. Our minds naturally slow down with age. After 70, many seniors begin experiencing short-term memory lapses, reduced reaction time, and challenges adapting to unfamiliar environments. Traveling, especially to foreign countries, amplifies that stress. For many seniors, overstimulation can trigger anxiety, disorientation, or even episodes of confusion that resemble dementia. what doctors call delirium. While travel can be enriching, it should never come at the cost of your peace of mind. Emotional exhaustion is just as serious as physical fatigue. 4. The risk of falls and injury grows. When Susan, 79, visited Rome with her church group, she tripped on a cobblestone street. It seemed like a small fall at first, just a scrape. But by the next morning, her hip was swollen and walking was impossible. The hospital confirmed a fracture. After 70, falls are one of the leading causes of hospitalization and long-term disability. In unfamiliar terrain, with uneven sidewalks, slippery hotel bathtubs, steep stairs, and unfamiliar bed heights, the risk multiplies. Even luggage adds to the danger. Seniors pulling heavy suitcases or reaching for overhead bins can easily lose balance. Jet lag, fatigue, or missed medications can reduce alertness, increasing the risk of missteps. A single fall can take away your independence. That's why experts recommend evaluating the environment before any travel. Ask, are there railings, elevators? Is the ground flat? Are hotel showers senior safe? Is help easily accessible if you fall? It's not about fear, it's about wisdom. Knowing your limits is a form of self-respect. 5. Disruption to routine and medication management. Routine is a senior's secret weapon. Regular meals, sleep patterns, and medication schedules help keep the body balanced. But travel shatters that rhythm. Carl, 75, had a tightly scheduled medication plan. 3 pills in the morning, 2 at lunch, and 1 at night. But when he traveled to Mexico with friends, time zone changes, unfamiliar food, and excitement threw everything off. Within 3 days, he started experiencing chest tightness. His blood pressure was off, and he had missed a dose without even realizing. Seniors managing conditions like diabetes, hypertension, or Parkinson's rely on consistency. Airports don't operate on your schedule. Flight delays, missed meals, or stomach troubles can interfere with medications. Even worse, losing medication while abroad, or running out, is a nightmare. Not every country stocks your brand or dosage. Counterfeit or unfamiliar drugs can pose serious risks. Before traveling, seniors need a clear medication strategy. Time zone conversions, backup prescriptions, a printed list of drugs, and travel-friendly storage. But sometimes, even with all the planning in the world, things still fall apart. That's why home, with your doctors, your pharmacy, and your daily structure, might be the safest place for those with complex health needs. 6. Unexpected costs and insurance gaps. Most people assume travel insurance has their back, but for seniors, that's often not true. Policies may exclude pre-existing conditions, limit coverage after a certain age, or deny claims for things like hip fractures or cognitive confusion. Martha, 82, went on a cruise. She slipped on the pool deck and dislocated her shoulder. The ship's doctor offered basic care, but advised she get further help at the next port. That care, plus the flight home, cost her over $12,000 out of pocket. Her insurance? It didn't apply offshore. After 70, unexpected expenses become more common. Missed flights, extended stays due to illness, needing a caregiver to fly out. All these add up fast. Most seniors live on fixed incomes. One emergency can derail retirement savings. When planning travel, always read the fine print. Ask, what's covered? What's excluded? What's the emergency process? If the answers aren't clear, or the risks feel too high, it's okay to stay put. Peace of mind is worth more than postcard pictures. 7. Loneliness and isolation. Away from support networks. Here's something we don't talk about enough. Many seniors feel more isolated while traveling than they do at home. Dorothy, 80, went to Florida to visit her daughter. While her daughter worked during the day, Dorothy spent hours alone in the house. No friends, no familiar places, no routines. She felt invisible. Support systems, neighbors, community groups, church friends, local clinics are often lifelines for seniors. Traveling, especially solo or even with younger family, removes those anchors. And let's face it, not all family understands the emotional needs of someone over 70. Seniors might feel like a burden or hesitate to ask for help. Even a beautiful destination can feel hollow if you're lonely inside. If travel takes you away from connection instead of toward it, reconsider. True joy in later life isn't about chasing new places, it's about cherishing meaningful ones. Travel can be magical, but after 70, it must be approached with honesty, care, and awareness. These 7 reasons aren't meant to discourage you from seeing the world. They're here to remind you that your safety, comfort, and peace of mind matter more than ticking off a bucket list. Your well-being isn't a footnote, it's the headline. So before you pack your bags, take time to assess. Is this journey truly right for me, or am I trying to keep up with someone else's pace? Here are recommended products for safer senior travel. Lightweight walking cane with folding seat, weekly pill organizer with timer alert, compression travel socks, hydration electrolyte tablets, compact TSA-approved first aid kit. Check for the links in the description. And if this video opened your eyes, leave a comment below. Share your story or someone you know who faced travel challenges later in life. Let's learn from one another. Like this video if you found value in these insights. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss future episodes. We also invite you to visit our Medium blog, linked in the description, where we dive deeper into aging, health, and purpose. You'll find stories, resources, and real-life lessons from people just like you. Until next time, stay safe, stay wise, and stay connected.